Hi everyone, I'm Ginger. I am a programmer developer, um, available for hire. Just getting started on my own. 15 years of corporate experience, but I've decided to go freelance. So if you all are interested, let me know. This is how you can contact me through my contact form on my website, websitesbyginger.com. I have an application up. It's called getorganized.ai. You feel free to register. It's free to register. It's kind of an example of, what kind of things I'm capable of. My specialty is websites, custom business applications, and I have had a lot of experience in e-commerce as well, although I have not built my own store from the ground up yet, which is what we are going to do today. We are going to use, get a little bit techie here. We're going to use Bagisto, which is an e-commerce platform that is built on Laravel. And I thought it was built on Vue. There's some Vue plugins for it, but its core, just kind of code base, um, is actually completely back end, which I kind of like, honestly. Vue front end JavaScript frameworks, they add the auto update functionality where the page doesn't have to refresh. But I mean, if that is not necessary, it's a lot simpler to just use the core PHP backend language. So today, without further ado, we are going to create a Bagisto project. Um, yeah, well, let's get started. Okay, so what we are going to do here is I'm going to open a new window. I'm going to put this over here and that over here. Okay. And we'll open a new terminal. That's control squiggly mark on a Mac. I don't know what that squiggly mark. It's a tilde. I don't know how to pronounce that, but yeah, control tilde. Anyway, all right. So to install Composer, or I'm sorry, not to install Composer. You already are going to need Composer installed. There are some requirements for this Bagisto as well. Now, when you run this, it will actually have a checklist for you during the installation phase, depending on how you do it. And it kind of will check these things for you. So, make sure you always check the requirements before you start a new project like this, because, if you don't have the requirements right, then it's not going to work. All right, create project. Bagisto. All right, so we're getting Bagisto. We're getting the package. Oh, actually, hang on. Let's make sure we are in our correct. Let's make this a little bit bigger. And make sure we are in our correct. There we go. In our correct. We're going to CD into our correct folder. Projects. Okay. Composer, create project, Bagisto. All right, so we have the Composer installing the dependencies for Bagisto. Now this is actually going to include the Laravel package, and so you don't need to install Laravel separately. This is an all-in-one package. Okay, so then we are going to CD. We can see, we list our applications. We can CD into Bagisto. All right, so now we are in the project, and we are going to run PHP artisan Bagisto install. Now, for a typical Laravel project, you would, do a composer install, npm install, all that kind of stuff. This does have npm packages, but I don't think that they're super. It's really much more backend. All right, so the PHP Artisan Bagisto install is going to run your database migration. That PHP Artisan migrate, is something that it just does for you. So it's now building the env file directly for you and getting all that set up as well. So your env, your migration, is all handled under this install command. I'll say UTC. Okay. English, USD. And so you can see it's giving a lot of different options and these are all of the options that are going to be available in the store. So it's very robust in the way that it is just organically works out of the box. But one of the beauties, and you are going to go ahead and need a database created, an empty database. I have a database created named Bagisto. And we'll go ahead and create a prefix. Now the prefix, I believe, is more for if you were installing Bagisto on top of something or you wanted to expand it in some sort of way, which you never know. So I'll go ahead and do a prefix. And okay, and here we go, running the migration. But yeah, this application directly out of the box is just, it's got so much available already. And then the amazing part is that the reason that I chose this particular technology stack is it's ultimately all customizable. And if you're familiar with Laravel and Blade templates and everything like that, then you can essentially customize whatever you want in this application. So it's you're not going to run into limitations. The sky is the limit. Okay. I do want some sample products. Okay, cheers. We're in Bagisto. Okay. Now let's run. I believe we just run PHP Artisan Serve. That's right. Just like a typical Laravel. Just like a typical Laravel application. And guess what? Voila! Here is our store. And as you can see, it's really nice right out of the gate. It's pretty much, all of the basics that you would want or need to just start up a store just like this, I mean, it's just really, really nice. It's got, a good product listing page and, add to cart. We can go into the product detail page. And yeah, we've got our related products down here, reviews, description. And yeah, so I mean, it's pretty awesome. Now we'll take a little tour of the admin. And so we have catalog, we have products. There are a lot of customizations that you can you can do right out of the admin panel. So a lot of these things uh, you know, in our settings we have channels, and you can kind of switch, your whole store. You can say like, I want to use this channel, I want to use that channel, and you can add configurations and let's see, attribute families. That's how we do it. Like I said, I've worked in a lot of e-commerce platforms. This is my first time in Bagisto, but it is with the technology stack and the back end that I'm very much used to. It has the front end layouts that are very familiar. So, maybe a slight learning curve, but like ultimately, this is a pretty good framework out of the gate. So we have attributes, we have attribute families. You add attributes to the attribute families. You can put them on products and or categories. And so that's kind of how you organize your store and everything like that. So, this is a coding video. So I'm sure you can learn much more about, Bagisto from the documentation that is already out there. But what I want to kind of show and is the installation was pretty easy, right? The spinning it up, totally cool. But when you go in here, I immediately started looking for resources, views, and I see, okay, there's empty views. And people who are familiar with Laravel, they're like, okay, where's my stuff? It's not in here. Like, this is not, what, like, this is just a Laravel framework, an empty Laravel framework. Where's my stuff? So the ticket and the trick to the Bagisto stuff is under packages, under Webcool, which is the original developer of this Bagisto. They have the admin panel and the shop panel, and then there's an installer in here too. Notice these are the three that have, Vite and, and I'm not sure. It obviously looks like it works pretty well without running these npm installs and npm run devs. So I'm not sure exactly what part of these, but these are the three in here. These are the three folders, and these are going to be like your key three folders to get started. Admin, admin and shop alone. And like I said, install is the only other one that has the npm in there that we may need to go ahead and run. And you know what? Why not? Let's go ahead and, well, actually, no, we're not going to run it right now. Sorry for all the back and forth. Let's look at the Okay, we want to find the admin resources. So here is where all of those blade templates are. And there are several. Right? So you go to your main folder, either admin or, I mean, typically for the front end, you're probably going to be editing the shop more than anything. So we have some routes in here too, and I'm very actually kind of curious as to what those routes are. But as you can see, essentially, you know, all of the dependencies, the routes, the views, you know, I actually, well, here are the controllers. Awesome, awesome. Okay, cool. The controllers, they're all going to be under packages, webcool, and they're all right here. So that's essentially, you know, just getting started with, you know, an e-commerce platform with Laravel for people who are familiar with that, how to install, and how to get started. Yeah, so that is it for today. I actually have a pool party I'm supposed to be getting to. So, yeah, we're going to call it for today. But we will be doing more development work on Bagisto, on getorganized.ai, on just different various things, whatever comes up, you know. I feel like now is a great time. You know, we are in a wonderful day and age of AI coming into our coding platform. It's a great time for people to really start understanding how code works. You know, if that is something that you are interested in as well, just taking lessons and, you know, questions and answers. Once again, been in the industry for 15 years. I had a flip phone when I started developing. So that should, that shows my age a little. But anyway, all right. Well, thank you all so much for watching, and have a great rest of your day. Like and subscribe. Thank you very much. All right. Bye.